deal here. All right, welcome back everybody to the S Group and our next live video. Today we're going to be talking about Flat and their table bases. And today I have Jason Lee from Flat joining me. Jason, how you doing?
Doing great, buddy. Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you. It's like I haven't talked to you in like 30 seconds. It's been
I
amazing.
know it feels like forever. It's just 70 degrees warmer where I live. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, congratulations. It is, yeah, it's gorgeous here as well. The sun's out. That's about all I can say that's good. Otherwise, -9, something like that this morning. But
No, 75 is better for us in Florida here, buddy.
yeah, right. Absolutely. So thanks for joining us today here, Jason. And Flat, being a manufacturer partner with the Yes Group for the last 4 or 5 years, has been absolutely fun to watch with you guys continuing to grow, come out with new products and new solutions. For those of you who don't know, Flat is a manufacturer of table bases and solutions to stop the wobbly table. Of course, there's a lot more it does than just that, but that is the key for us getting in the door. And once we get in the door, there is a ton of solutions we have available to you. So just to start out, Jason, give these people a little bit of history as far as where Flat came from.
Yeah, happy to. So Flat Tech basically is a table base company through and through. That's how we got our start. It's an Australian company, pretty new to the U.S., about 10 years in now, but kind of got our feet wet in the Australian market, and a similar story like everybody else has. You've been out to dinner, obviously a table wobbles, something spills on you. Our inventor owner took it one step further, actually a plumber by trade, and decided he's had enough, went into his tool shed, spent a couple of years developing some of the necessary materials, and first and foremost came out with the first ever hydraulic foot. So this is kind of a starting point for us. So basically all the valves and tubing and hydraulics that go into that basically allowed us to basically make the first ever in the industry. So a lot of R&D after that. And then obviously we came up with the first actual pad that fits underneath every one of our table bases. So every table base has a patented technology that allows the base to instantly adjust to the floor surface without any type of adjustments. So that's kind of why we named it Flat. It keeps your tables flat and prevents it from wobbling. That's kind of how we got started in this. And it's been a roller coaster ride of epic proportions ever since. If any of you have ever been out to dinner, you've experienced the problem. So
I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't know of this issue, right? I think everyone has had an experience with this issue, whether it's a patron or, waitress, waiter, whatever, right? We all have experienced this issue.
Yeah, it's a frustrating thing because you can do everything right in a restaurant. The meal, the ambiance, the lighting, the flooring, the valet, the cook, and as soon as that table wobbles and something spills, the experience is ruined. So it's frustrating. I mean, for a simple adaptation, you could fix that problem, but we're very old school in our thinking, and we don't address things until they're broken. So we're trying to get out in front of it so that we don't have this issue any longer. So that's kind of why it's been very well received in the U.S. and abroad.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, it's not even about the spilling. I don't know if it's an ADD thing or what, but once I put my elbow down and that table does that, does a little pop, and then you take it off and it goes back. That is 100% of my focus, is now what is happening to this table, right? And you're playing with it, and then you're looking for your napkins, and then you're looking for the coasters, and then the waiter, the servers is trying to stuff stuff underneath your table. Then they come back up and they touch plates, and it's just
hygienically, it's not the best case scenario, but unfortunately, it happens. It happens everywhere you go. So
yeah, absolutely. And so a couple things that I want to make sure that we get clear on for everyone out there. The flat base, this little X base, right? That only fits on our bases. You can't retrofit that on because of the fact you got to have room for all that channeling, right, of the hydraulics.
Right. So all of our bases that we manufacture have a designed puck underneath, basically that fits our pad dimensions to a T. So no other manufacturer of table bases has that patented puck underneath that these actually will fit into. So once they're fitted into and stretched to and adhered to, they don't come out. So this can't be retrofitted to anyone else's bases. It just would not be the right fit. It would be a tip hazard, would not work.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that is kind of where we were and what led us into evolving into a retrofittable scenario. And that is how we came up with our equalizers. There was so much demand for your question about can we use your pads on our bases that we had to develop something that was retrofittable for everyone else out there, hence the equalizers. So, a few years ago, we developed these equalizers here, which basically come in 6 different sizes. There's a different thread size for most table bases that come into our areas. And with the exception of about 20% of the table bases, everything is more or less a 1/4 inch. So these little equalizer feet have the same technology as our pad, and they will retrofit into anyone's existing table bases, allowing them to make their old tables new again with the correct positioning and stabilization feature. So it's a tremendous opportunity for others who are struggling with the problem to stop doing the same thing over and over again with napkins, coasters, matchbooks, wobble wedges. It just doesn't allow you to do what these products do. So again, the same hydraulic technology is in both of our products.
Got it. So a couple other features of this product, kind of inherent to its just design, especially the self-adjusting base, right? With this guy,
Yep.
the ability to align tables.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's something that people don't necessarily know when they're looking for their, hey, I got a wobbly table issue. What am I going to do about it? This is an added feature or added benefit that
Yeah,
that
it's
comes with this as well.
definitely something that no one else can provide. So either our pad system with our auto adjust bases or the equalizers, what they allow you to do as an end user is simply stabilize your table from any wobbler situation. And then after that, every situation comes where you need to put 2 tables together, 3 tables together. Our tables allow you to actually simply bump them together and either raise or lower the lips that are touching to make it where it has no lip any longer and you have a flat surface going across. That enables that table to stay in that position until you decide to pick up the tables and move them somewhere else. So immediately you have a stabilization of a single table and an alignment feature when joining together. And there's no other products out there that can do that. So it's one of those things that most people don't think about until it's too late, and then they're back on their hands and knees under the table trying to shim something. And again, I mean, it's everywhere you go, you're going to have that experience. But this allows us to get out in front of it, makes it a lot easier for end users to actually perform at a higher level. It's also embarrassing for the staff to be down under your table. Nobody wants to have that experience. So,
Right.
it's a fun one to show because it resonates with every single person out there.
Yep.
Never met a person who didn't have an issue or didn't have an instance where they had a table that was wobbly or a lip that they had to sit at a wedding where their wine glass is teetering on both sides of it. It's just
Or your
common.
plate.
So
One of my
or your
favorites,
plate.
a plate. I love the plate, especially when I'm eating a steak. And so every time you do this, it does the wobble.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
And it just continues to be an annoying issue the entire time you're
Yep.
sitting down for dinner. It doesn't go away until you're done.
Right.
And
right.
then that's what leads to a disgruntled patron. And
Right.
obviously, the establishment doesn't want that.
Right. So as far as the alignment goes, we can do that with our standard adjustable bases, but that's not available using one of these equalizers, correct?
Oh, vice versa. We can, with either one of our products, you can align and stabilize tables.
So it will work
So
with this as well.
yes, it will.
Okay.
Yep. So if
That is good to
if
know.
you have 2 tables and they have equalizers on them, you can simply just bump it together and then raise or lower the edges, and they'll stick in that position until the tables are picked up and moved away.
That's fantastic.
Yep. Same thing. We wanted to make sure that retrofittable product had the same benefits as the auto adjust.
Okay.
There's a lot more restaurants in existence than there are being built, so we had to obviously make sure that technology was available to all those.
That's awesome. I wanted to pull up to you guys' website real quick so everyone out there who has not seen it know some of the things that are available to you. So if we go to the website, which is flattech.com, if I was smart, I would have built an overlay for you that had that scroll across right at the bottom, but I didn't. I got to have the right mouse. There we go. So the problem with running two computers. So back here, flattech.com. Here you have your focus on your two different styles of bases that are available, whether it be a retrofit or a new base. But what I wanted to point out was where we landed first. And if you go to the difference, there we go. There's a money-saving calculator anyone can use, right?
Correct.
Punch in the information to find out what the real return on investment is. If they're looking.
Yeah, it's a great tool for anyone who runs an establishment, owns a restaurant, so be it. Just allows you to put in some simple, basic information, and it tells you very impactfully what you're spending on a yearly, weekly, monthly basis on this type of issue. And it's, cost of labor, breakage, dry cleaning bills, comping meals, brand recognition, whatever it's going to be. But it's a very impactful tool because it just allows you to say, my restaurant, this is what we do. This is kind of the issues that we run into. So let me input my information. If I use Flat Tech products, all this goes away. So if I'm losing $150 a month because of these issues, and I spend the additional money to get Flat Tech, all of a sudden my ROI goes straight up through the roof and I don't have this issue any longer. So it's an impactful thing. It's just most people don't get to this point where they think, well, I'll just put a Band-Aid under it and leave it for now. Well, that Band-Aid is going to come back and come back and come back. And then eventually you're just going to get tired of that issue. So this allows you to kind of pinpoint that right up front and say, okay, if we do the proper things first, we're going to save tremendous amounts of money down the road. And it continues to go year after year after year. I mean, the tables don't get better if you keep doing the same thing over and over. So you put the proper fix to it, then you have that issue go away. I mean, end users have so many issues that they deal with on a daily basis. This is one that we can solve for them. They don't need to think about tables when they go into a restaurant. They literally walk in, if a table is wobbling from an imperfect surface, they simply put their hand on the table, press down for 2 seconds, the equalizers drop and lock in a position, the table doesn't budge. That's how simple the process is. The auto adjust table bases, you never need to do anything. There is no adjustment. The pad underneath basically adjusts to the floor surface, and that can be wood, sidewalks, tile, poured cement, doesn't matter. In the year we've just gone through here with COVID, we've seen so many people take their tables from the inside of their restaurants and bring them outside to the sidewalks, to the parking lots, and those are not designed for dining. So the advantage of having our technology on it, no matter where you put that table, it will find a surface and evaluate it and stabilize it so that you have a firm dining experience. That's the key. So when this is all over with and we go back inside dining, normal outside dining, all those products that we have on our tables are just going to serve the purpose for the rest of that time for the table-based life. So it's a great fix. It really is. I'm always excited when I talk about it because everyone has the issue. And when they see this and instantaneously fixes their table, they are literally sold on it, and it's a very easy process to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's been a lot of fun working with Flat for as long as we have now and watching the evolution, right? We knew we had a product out of the gate that resolved this wobbly table, but you guys have really expanded the product line to help even more customers out, and started with the equalizers. Now you also have adjustable height tables. Oh, look at that.
Right.
Little things right there for me. You want to touch on this just a little bit?
Yeah, I would love to. So we're a table-based company. That is all we do. We basically make sure that your dining experience is going to be a stable one. We're not concerned about the tabletops and the furniture, but we will partner with people that provide specs to us and do that. So we continue to evolve. So more or less, we can outfit any restaurant, any hotel, any type of establishment because we understand what is needed to get by in one of these situations. So that has evolved us into all sorts of other bases. And we have the bolt down bases, the cantilever booth bases. We have now the height adjustable pneumatic bases, which again, this allows people to have one single table base that will allow them to have dining height, wheelchair height, counter height, and bar height, all within one table base. So you can imagine the savings, let alone the storage availability that you have. Most places don't have the access to have extra bar height table bases or counter height or even wheelchair accessible. So this allows them to firmly have a application that will work for no matter what comes in through that door. It's a great tool. So we've started developing this. We've actually put it out in the market to test. The reviews have been very good so far. It's very well received. We're finding different avenues everywhere we go with people thinking this is a fantastic idea for such and such, and it's outside of the hospitality industry. So, we stumbled on something here that is extremely beneficial for the end users in a lot of different areas. And it's led us to, develop even further products. So now, we've developed a true ADA compliant table bases, which will allow access for anyone who is in any type of situation that needs an ADA compliant table base. It doesn't necessarily have to be your standard looking T-base. We have developed a range of ADA compliance that will allow them to have multiple avenues for designing, not just your standard ADA compliant look. So we're constantly rethinking and developing. And again, this is why we were able to do this, because we're strictly a table-based company. We're not trying to be everything to everybody, but we are trying to develop every aspect of table bases so we can accommodate every need that comes by.
So yeah, and speaking of that, you guys again continue to expand this product line. One of the expansions you guys have done that we probably don't talk enough about is the finish that we can do now on these bases, right? The fact that no longer do we have to have this cast iron look, right? The wrought iron look, the black wrinkle that everyone is just so accustomed to, and our other option doesn't have to be chrome. We can now do so many different things. So you've got.
So we've developed a partnership with some powder coating companies that will allow us to actually take our bases and have them custom colored in any RAL number, Pantone number within a matter of weeks. So we're seeing a lot more of that application from designers, specifiers that are just saying, the customer is obviously a bit unique and they want some color added. So we want a powder blue table base to go with our granite tops. Not a problem. That simple process done. And now I'm not sure if everybody can see this, but we're talking about doing things like this here, where we're custom coloring gold, red, blue, anything you can think of. And it's a very small incremental cost, but it allows a lot of flexibility to the everyday end user that is just maybe tired of the black cast iron look or the aluminum look or the stainless. It's been around for ages. And I think, again, we're trying to evolve more and more so we can accommodate these needs, which is becoming more popular. You don't always have to just think your table base has to be black. It doesn't have to be that. And we understand that a table base is, it's an afterthought. It basically goes under a table, which is fine. Nobody thinks about the tread on their shoes because it's underneath the shoe. However, if something goes wrong with the tread, the shoe doesn't work. Something goes wrong with the table base, it's a bad experience. So we're trying to get that across to people that a strong foundation is an important thing. And it's a very simple process. Out of the gate, you do it correctly, you have longevity and less headaches. So it's a fun product, a fun company, because we listen and we evolve with the times and the requests that are out there for us. So it's a great company to be with, and a great product to sell.
Yep, absolutely. Well, hey, Jason, we're going to have to get together again sometime. I will make sure we get some more AV pieces for you that will show the color bases and what have you. But if anyone wants to learn more about it, reach out to the Yes Group. Any of our sales staff can help you out. Reach out to Flat. We're all here to help you out. We have some great products. And next time we do this, maybe we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive on some of these products and give people a look underneath the curtain as far as how things are working.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
sure, it'd be
awesome,
well received.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time. I'll catch you next
Thank
time.
you.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
buddy. Have a
Jason.
good one.
See ya. You too.
Bye.